Contender Series 2024 Week 1. We're starting off this season and we have some fights that I'm really excited about. There's some good spots to bet on as well. And we're going to break down this week. I'm going to try to break every week of this series. And let's start with a banger, which is two prospects in the flyweight division. We got Antoine Ho taking on Leonard Kavanagh. Now, I've watched both. I've done tape study on both, and I was more impressed by Kavanagh, but Antoine Ho impressed me as well. If I could say which one has an edge, I would say that Leonard Kavanagh is the better striker and that Antoine Ho is the better grappler. The thing about Kavanagh, he has good takedown defense. So if Antoine Ho will try to take this to the mat, try to take him down, I don't think he will be able to do so. I was surprised to see in the weigh-ins that Antoine Ho is bigger than him. He's the much taller fighter and he has the reach advantage. But I think Leonard Kavanagh would still be able to find his rhythm with the striking, just because, for example, in his last opponent, Sean Marcus da Silva was bigger than him as well. He managed to find his chin and really rock him in the first round, almost getting the finish. Antoine Ho, though, he's training at the MMA lab. Obviously, you got killers there, Sean O'Malley and other people that are training in that gym. Great Britain Top Team is also a great gym. It's something that is really hard to pick on. I would say the value is on Antoine Ho. Like, you know, he can find the chin as well. Like, his striking is good. It's not like he's a terrible striker. So I would say that Antoine Ho get the finish. Sorry, he's not going to get the finish. I'm saying he's going to win. But if he's going to win, I think it's going to be by decision. So really the best bet, in my opinion, here would be the over 2.5 rounds, although both are very dangerous. But again, both were never finished in their amateur career and their pro career. But I will pick Antoine Ho to win. I think the odds should be more of a pick 'em and not giving such, I would say, plus 190 for Antoine Ho. So the pick would be Antoine Ho. This is going to be a very, very good fight. I can't wait to see what's happening there. Next one, we got Jose Miguel Delgado taking on Ernie Juarez. I've watched tape on both as well, and I was impressed by Delgado. The guy is really good. He can knock you out and he can put you to sleep. I was really impressed by his striking. He has really good long range weapons, especially his kick. He liked to switch his stances a lot during the fight, really confusing his opponent. And he also has good submission skills, like this guy Desmond Manabat. He managed to get in the Dutch choke, and he has like a similar build to Juarez. Maybe he's a bit shorter. Romo, he had a really good fight because Romo managed to drop him in the first round, but then Delgado just came in and just dominated him the rest of the fight until he got the finish in the third round. Lucas Sharia, this guy was like a KO monster. He knocked him out in the first round. And I watched Juarez. I only needed to watch one fight of him, which was his last fight against Abdi Kabil Kaldar. And Kaldar dominated him in the first fight. He accepted the position being on his back. Kaldar is not even that good of a striker, and he still had some moments there with the striking. The only reason that Kaldar lost is because he got gassed bad in the third round, but the second and the third round were still very, very very close. So I just think that Juarez won't be able to take on the pressure that Delgado is going to bring. And I think there's levels to this game, and Delgado is my pick. I also have 5-unit bet on Delgado. Odds are not the best, but if he wins, that's all that matters. And I think he's gonna take it home. So yeah, by the way guys, if you want to talk MMA, talk fighting, UFC, PFL, Contender, I have a Telegram chat which is free, so the link is in the description. Join the Telegram chat. Let's talk about the fight, about Contender, about PFL, about UFC 305 that's coming in. I would love to talk with you guys about fighting, so join. The link is in the description. It's free. Just come in and talk about fighting. Next one, we got Bruno Lopes taking on Mikheil Sazhiniani. Lopes, I believe, destroyed many parlays in his last fight against Ribeiro. It was like a minus, I think it was like a minus 500, and he got knocked out in the first round. I wanted to bet on him, but I didn't bet. But I remember that clearly. And the thing is that if you look at Ribeiro, the only reason he won was because Lopes didn't try and grapple with him, where he obviously would have won. And also because Ribeiro has a really dangerous striking and long reach. Okay. Now the guy, this Sazhiniani guy, he's a wrestler, and his striking is, says the least, is not the best. So I think that Lopes would actually manage to find the knockout here. Sazhiniani was knocked out in the past only once, but if you look at the competition he had, I don't think that it's the same level of what Lopes is gonna bring. I think Lopes can also find a submission here because his grappling is good. So I'm gonna pick Lopes to win. I think that the fact he's already been in Contender and he obviously wasn't happy with what he has shown, because 9 times out of 10 he would have won that fight. I'm picking Lopes. I think he can win by knockout or by submission. And that's it. I'm not gonna bet on this fight just because, you know, I've already seen that Lopes has no chin, and Sazhiniani has power. If he managed to find that chin somehow, Lopes is going to sleep. So just give me Lopes, but I'm not betting here. Next fight, we got Meng and Rami Hamed. I've watched Meng, a couple of fights of Meng, and I wasn't impressed by the competition both had, but Meng was way more active. I would say he had a better competition. Hamed was, like, the last time he fought was 2022, and man, I've seen this fight. Go and watch the fight. Like, with all due respect, Julio Diaz is a can, and after a couple of leg kicks, he told the referee stop the fight. Like, he didn't wait for the referee to stop the fight. He was like, that's it. I can't go more, you know? So, with all due respect, the competition that Meng had was higher. The level was higher compared to what Hamed had. He was way more active. So I have to pick Meng, but I would say that Hamed is tricky. Like, the guy he reminds me a bit of Chris Gutierrez with the leg kicks, just spamming leg kicks over and over. Now, will Meng get on his grappling. The thing is, he has more weapons because Meng, he's long, he's dangerous. He has like this Muay Thai style, so he can hurt Hamed on the feet, and he can also take him down, I believe, if he chooses to do so. Because when you look at Hamed's record, the guy was only lost by submission. So, when you see this, you see clearly where he's better. And also he's coming here short notice. Now, Meng Ding, he's not, again, like, I think that he wouldn't go to the grappling. So that's why this fight is so dangerous. Because if it stays on the feet, Rami Hamed is good. He fought against Kant, but he's still good. He's still, there's a reason why he knocked them out in the first round. So it's a very tricky fight. I will say that Meng Ding is tough. So the over 1.5 rounds is probably the best bet here, with a highly likelihood to win. So let's see how much we get for that. So for the over 1.5, you're getting 174. I think that's a really good odd for a fight that most likely will go to the second round. So give me the over 1.5 rounds. I might take this. I haven't made this bet, but I'll see how Delgado is doing, and maybe afterwards I will consider making a bet on the over 1.5. Yeah. So next fight, and it's the last fight of the week for Contender. We got Mansur Abdul-Malik taking on Wes Schultz. Mansur Abdul-Malik, man, I've seen his last fight. He fought against this guy who was like 6'5", and he took him down. He already passed the guard, but then the guy managed to get him back to the guard, and Malik just went up. He stood up, and he precisely found his chin. He just laid a brutal hammer fist on his face, and he sent him to sleep. The thing is, man, when you look at the competition he had, it's not that good. The guy may be a freak athlete, but 0-1, 0-0, 2-5, 2-2, 1-0. And now he's taking on, by far, his toughest competition, which is Wes Schultz. And I've seen Wes Schultz fighting against Dylan Botka. And listen, the guy is good. Like, okay, he's 6'1", but look at his fights. Like, he gets a lot of finishes as well. Round one. He lost unanimous decision to Botka, who's already in the UFC. But this guy is good, and I think that the odds are they're very disrespectful towards Wes Schultz, I must say, because Schultz has the capability to win. He's a wrestler on his own, and not only is a wrestler, he's a wrestler that has shown, has proven that he has a good jiu-jitsu. So I have to go with Schultz just because the odds demanded 385 from a betting perspective. But if I'm gonna bet anything here, it's the over 1.5 rounds. We've seen it again and again. When you see fighters coming into Contender, even to the UFC, with knockouts, first round knockouts, in all their fights, and then they get decent competition, and suddenly they can't finish them in the first round, or suddenly they start gassing in the second round and they get dominated. So that can happen here with Malik. If this goes out of the first round, Malik can start gassing. I don't know what's his conditioning, but we've seen it again and again with fighters that only get their finishes in the first round. They don't have the capability to go 3 rounds, and we haven't seen it from him. But Wes Schultz is a dog. He has good grappling. I see him really using his grappling to defend Abdul-Malik attempts to take him down. And even if he takes him down, Schultz has dangerous jiu-jitsu game. And I think he's going to be smart enough to defend those big bombs that Malik's going to throw. And most likely he's going to go to the second round. So I think the over 1.5 rounds is really live here. I see a lot of grappling exchanges in this fight, which are going to burn a lot of time. So give me over 1.5 rounds again as the bet. But it's dangerous because, again, Malik has power. You don't get it at this odds. You get it at this odds for a reason. But I think that Schultz can dog him to a second round, maybe a third round where he could take over. So these are my picks. Let me know your opinion below. Like the video for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and join our fight chat. Join the Badgers Den on Telegram. We're gonna talk about picks. I wanna hear your opinion about every fight. I'm gonna share some stuff there. So join that. That's free. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.